Every so often, I see either an animation in Flash or just the audio clip itself, or a video with the audio clip in it of I believe it's Monty Python's history of the word fuck, where it goes in and explains what a wonderful word it is and how it can be used in just about every part of the English language, as adverb, noun, verb, whatever. But it doesn't really go so much into the history of it. It briefly explains that it comes from the German "frecken," which means to strike, which I'm sure is true. I'm not going to bother looking it up. But all of the meanings do not come from there. There are many different histories of the word fuck that come from different origins and get the same word. Just like many other things in the English language, will have one word that's spelled away as another word and have different meanings. So, the first is a very old one. It happened during a war long, long time ago. I'm not sure who was fighting. I'm pretty sure France was one of the people in the war. Anyways, at that time, one of the two countries had a new secret special military weapon. That was their big secret weapon, and they were going to use that to win the war. And it was essentially like a crossbow, except scaled up so that the arrow that would fit on it was about the size of a log. So yeah, kind of a nice secret weapon. Very, very big, and you had to be a pretty strong guy to be able to use it. It was pretty cool because when the log would shoot, it would go and either nail down like 2 or 3 people like that, or swing off to a side and knock over several people. It was pretty much guaranteed to kill at least one person no matter what, whenever you shot the thing. So, pretty decent weapon for the war. And whenever the other side would capture one of their people, they would cut off their middle finger, because that's what you had to have if you want to be able to pull this thing all the way back to shoot it. You needed a middle finger. It's just, you can't do it otherwise. So they would cut off their middle finger, so when the prisoners were released, or if they escaped or anything, they wouldn't be able to use that weapon against them. So at the end of the war, the side with the giant crossbow had won, and they all held up their middle fingers and said, "Pluck you!" Which is kind of lame, but over time the consonants P and L changed to F, so that's where we get "fuck you" with the middle finger. Consequently, funny little side story, the crossbow that they used, the giant thing, used only a specific type of tree that they would cut down and turn into the giant arrow, and there was a bird that only lived in that tree. So when they cut down the tree, that bird would die, and they would decorate the big arrow with the feathers of that bird. So whenever they would shoot it and it would go flying, they would call that giving the bird. So that's where you get "fuck you" with your middle finger and "giving the bird." That's where that comes from. But with just that story alone, you're probably thinking, well, okay, but how does sex come into that? Because fucking involves sex too, also. So we have the angry side of it with the "fuck you," but we also have the love side, the sex, doing some fucking. So that comes from, I believe, England in the 1800s. The police officers would go around at night and find people having sex, and they would have to write them a citation. And so on the citation, it would say, "for unlawful carnal knowledge." And if you can imagine writing that, 6 times a night, 20 times, however often, that would get a little old. So they just abbreviated it to F-U-C-K. And when they would go back to the police station, hanging out with all the other guy cops, like, "How many fuckers you catch tonight?" "Oh, I caught about 6 fuckers. How about you?" "I got like 20. It was a busy night for those fuckers." That kind of thing. "How many people you catch fucking tonight?" And that's where those terms came from. Of course, you wouldn't say that in front of a lady, so that's where the word became taboo, and that's why it's a bad word now, because of the sexual side of it. And yeah, that's pretty much the history of it. So you got the 3 variations, the war, the cops, and the Germans. And that's where fuck really comes from. These are really loosely told stories. I'm not giving a whole lot of great deal of facts on these because I don't really have them all in front of me. I don't care. But, if you want to know more about it, you can look into it, and you have a general idea of everything at this point.